Hey, what's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday? Uh, just got through working out, so y'all gotta excuse me. I'm to cool off a little bit. I wanted to just jump on here and real quick do this, not real quick, but to do this video that I've been telling you all I was gonna do on company drivers, the pros and cons of a company driver. Before I get started though, if you all don't mind, if you can hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and share. Well, I'm starting to sound like a real YouTuber now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share. At least I'll tell y'all to turn on the notification bell, because that thing be dinging all the time. I'm like, man, I ain't got time to be getting dinged like this all day. Every time somebody posts something, ding! It's cool though for some people, but yeah, so if y'all do that for me, I really would appreciate it. Well, let's just jump right in it. Yeah, we're going to be talking about company drivers. I got a little screen here. I was hoping I was going to be able to share it yet, y'all, but I hadn't gotten that high tech yet in order to share the screen with the video that I'm making right now. So anyway, I'm going to just go through this slide myself, and y'all take a look at it. Y'all take a look at it. Yeah, let me see. Y'all take a look at it. See? I couldn't even see it from that way. And yeah, so y'all see that, right? But y'all see, boy, that man is an absolute advocate. I really am. You know, hey, that is what it is. You know, hey, promote. They don't promote my own brand, my own thing. So right now, I'm just getting practicing in. Amen. Amen. Let the church say amen. And let the church say man of God. Yeah. So company driver. Pros and cons as a company driver. We're gonna go over some of the pros, and you know some of these you already know. And if I leave out something, or if I said something that probably wasn't accurate, leave in the comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Your comments, good or bad, indifference, it doesn't matter. I would like to hear what your thoughts are and what you have to say. So we're gonna look at the pros. Number one, you have no liability for the operation of the business. As a company driver, you know, when this truck break down, I don't have to worry about it. I mean, it ain't on me. I ain't got to worry about how it's going to get paid for. I don't have to worry about how long I got to sit here. I ain't got to worry about that load. I mean, I do, because I know how it all works. I don't worry about it. But the burden is not on you, because you are not the owner of the company. You have no liability other than the liability of you operating this truck and making sure that you operating in professional manner, operating according to the rules and regulations from the Federal Motor Carrier Administration and each state highway. Each state has their own rules, so as long as you're doing that, that's your liability. But as a pro, you have no liability for the operation of the business. Now, the con of that is you have no authority. That's right. You don't have no authority on how this company be ran. You don't have no authority on where you really go. You don't have no authority on what you drive. You don't have no authority on when you get paid. You don't have no authority on whether you can wear a uniform or not wear a uniform. You don't have no authority in all that. You are a company driver, and you do and go where they assign you to go. And that's one of the cons, that you have no authority. Now, as an owner operator, you can decline certain things. You can not do certain things. And even as a company driver, you can do the same thing, but you can only do that for so long, you know. And before they decide that they're going to let you go, because if you can't service them and what they need you to do, then they don't need you there. That's just the way it is, you know. It's just the way it is in the matrix, because we all in that matrix, whether y'all want to admit it or not. We all in that bad boy, so you just got to figure out how to operate within it. You know what I mean? So again, you have no authority. That's the con. The pros is tax, fuel, and maintenance, and payroll. You're not responsible for the taxes that this company has to pay. You're not responsible for the tags. You're not responsible for the fuel. You're not responsible for the payroll. You're not responsible for the payroll taxes, Social Security taxes. You're not responsible for the federal taxes. You're not responsible for the IFTA taxes. You're not responsible for no taxes other than the taxes that, when you ain't responsible for that, because they're going to take it out of your check as a company driver. Now that's one of the things. There's a company driver. You don't have to worry about all the regulations and whether or not they got their tags. I mean, they'll get them, or you'll know when you get that ticket where they got them or not. So you don't have to worry about all that, as a company driver. Now, as a con, because you don't have no liability for the business and you don't have no say-so, you don't have responsibility of the payroll and the maintenance and the taxes and the W-2 forms and stuff like that, that means that your earning income is limited. Absolutely. As a company driver, you can only make so much. I mean, right now, what I make is what I make. Unless they give you a raise. Excuse me. Only way I'm going to get that is I got to get more miles. Or I got to figure out another way to earn some revenue. It's going to stay the same. It's going to stay that 46 cents, $40 a drop. Ain't going to change. My earning potential can only go so far as a company driver because you're limited. Okay? And that's one of the cons of being a company driver, is that your earning of the income is limited. It's only limited to what they take. If you make $10 an hour, that's all you're going to make is $10 an hour unless you get what? Overtime. Then that ain't guaranteed. And most companies now, they cutting out overtime. So again, when you a company driver, you're going to have those limits placed over your head. That's why, I work the referral program to Ashley. I mean, it's a way that I can earn some extra revenue. They tax the heck out of it though, man. They tax that stuff 40-some%. Man, that $1,000 chop that bad boy, man, wasn't even $600. But it's $600. Then they spread it out over a month, 2 months, 3 months. So I may have 10 people, but they ain't gonna all fall like that, But over the course of time, they get the roles in there. That'll be some consistent income that you can go along with the income that I earn as a company driver, because it's limited. Okay, so that's one of the cons, is that it's going to be limited. We talked about the W-2 form. Again, all you do is get your W-2 form. You go file your taxes. You don't have to worry about as an owner operator or as a company. As a business owner, you don't have to worry about paying your taxes and your employees' taxes. You don't have to worry about paying the taxes, the profits and the loss. You don't have to worry about the capital gains. You don't have to worry about your the P&L, your balance sheets and your spreadsheets. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to hire accounting and nothing like that. Or what some people do for their own personal account. But those are some of the things as a company driver that you do not have to worry about. Okay, also, now, as a company driver, one of the benefits of that is that you get a retirement program. They have 401k, so that's a benefit, and they match. After 1 year, they match up, I think, to 5% of what you put in. And so therefore, you're able to get a little extra going towards your retirement. But even that nowadays, Yellow Roadway, they was a good example. How those people invested all their money in all those years, and then they folded up on them, and they had already cut their money, man, so much. Cause I worked that roadway for a while, Yellow Roadway, man. They just weren't paying like they used to pay, and the people who were there for 30, 40 years had $300,000 or $400,000 in their 401k, sliced in half. They cut their pay. Oh man, Yellow Roadway, then they went out, man, and they was the go-to company back in the day to really work for. If you were working for Yellow or Roadway, Holland, all these other companies, ABL, Sire, some of us still going strong, man. You was making some money. Those guys was making some good money. But yeah, so for what I was saying was that the 401k ain't even guaranteed nowadays. That's why it's best to really have your own retirement plan and stuff that you can put money into. But Ashley is a very solid company. But I'm not saying that anything is possible, but they're a solid company. I don't foresee them going nowhere no time soon. They just like a Walmart and a Microsoft and stuff like that. They're staples. But that could be tomorrow. Could be a different story, right? And then also one of the cons as a company driver is that your promotions, they're limited. As a driver, what you're gonna do? Become a trainer? You can become a trainer. Or you can move into the administrative office and become, you want to be a dispatcher, or you become an AFM manager, or you can become, you can move up in the ranks in the office in there, but then you're going to be stuck in there in that cubicle and inside. And most truck drivers don't want to be stuck inside nowhere. Bad enough we stuck in this truck. But we do have the liberty and the freedom of we have our own, our own panoramic view, that big windshield. We can look around and see everything. So I don't think nobody really want to be in the office. So your promotions are limited. Those are some of the pros and cons. Let's look at some more. Okay, now as a company driver, y'all may not agree with me, but it doesn't require no real thinking. As a company driver, shoot, y'all ain't gotta think. If you don't really, care about what you're doing, you don't require a lot of thinking. Even though we do a lot of thinking, but it doesn't require a lot of thinking as a company driver. Most of you do is that. That's why people be running over. That's why people be running over stuff. You be like, man, how did that driver do that? That driver wasn't thinking. They weren't not thinking. That's why you like, how did they get their truck stuck over there? Somebody wasn't thinking, and they wasn't thinking, they ain't looking. Okay. All right. So whatever you're thinking about, that's pretty much what your action's gonna follow. Okay. So it doesn't require. No real thinking is required to be a company driver. And I know y'all gonna jump on me about this, but anyway, y'all jump in the comments and share your thoughts on that. Does it take some real thinking to be a company driver? Yes or no? All right, cons. Your creative side can be stunned and stop you from dreaming. As a company driver, man, some people lose that stamina to want to grow, to want to have their own business, to dream big, to think big. They get stuck in just being a company driver. Now, I'm a company driver, I'm cool with it, but this is not, I have other goals and visions and dreams that I would like to see come to pass. That's why this is just a temporary thing. Now, temporary could be 2-3 years. It all depends on how what I'm working on manifests itself. And depending on me being patient, I have to wait for God's time and not my timing. Because I've done it my way and it just never worked out. So I'm being patient, waiting on God to help me and to show me and to guide me, and I'm praying and asking. So again, it will stunt your growth. Young men get in here and they want to own their own company. Look, go for it. If that's your goal, your dream, you go for it. But at least you got to know the pros and cons, know what it takes, at least have some idea of what it takes. Be a company driver for a couple of years, and then be an owner-operator for a couple of years before you jump out there and go and get your own authority. And we're going to talk about that in another video when I talk about from you being a lease purchase. Lease purchase program is not a bad program if you're with the right company and you have the right team that is helping you to grow and get your loads, and they're just not going to take no trashy load. Although some loads you do got to be able to move around in order to get position. So I used to go like in a triangle. I may leave out of Memphis, this load going up to Dallas paying like $3 a mile, but then I gotta drop over here to Oklahoma and get one over there to paying probably $1.90, $2 a mile going back toward Memphis. Okay, or I may jump over here and get one that's going on up toward Illinois somewhere that pays some more money. And then, so you kind of got to figure out that triangle, but you got to understand and know all those things if you plan on getting into the trucking business and investing your money in that in the business like that. So again, now the pros of being a company driver, hey, less stressful, baby. Man, I ain't stressed out about this truck. I ain't stressed out about the load. I ain't stressed out about whether this truck gonna sit here and start running on me, because these trucks will do that. I got the air conditioning. Hey, my APU unit ain't working, but the truck can idle. They don't want the truck to idle, but I got to do that until I get back and fix my APU unit, because it works good when it's working. I got me some stuff in my refrigerator to eat. I got me some noodles for things just in case time get real tough. Shoot, I break out them ramen noodles, put that hot sauce on there. So you know what? A company driver is really your stress free. I don't know why these drivers be all stressed out here, man, and whining and complaining about this and about that. I mean, all you got to do is find your lane and stay in it. You probably ain't in your lane is the reason why you experiencing so much frustration and so much annoyance and so much complication. But when you get in your lane, you stay in your lane. You know how it is when you be driving. You know how we drive with you sometimes. Or you be driving past you in that vessel, come over that lane like, man, what you say? Stay in your lane, right? Sometimes that's what somebody need to tell us. Stay in your lane. You know, you all over here trying to do this here, and you ain't ready for that. You ain't prepared for that. You ain't been through enough to be trying to go over there and do that right there. You need to stay over there and be a company driver, suck it up, and yeah, you may have to work different shit, but if you want to be in the transportation industry, you're gonna learn how. You're gonna have to go through some things. You're gonna have to earn your stripes. You don't care what nobody say. You gotta earn the right to do and move the way that, you know, certain people move. You know, there guys been in accidents 30 years. Them cats, man, they do what they pretty much work. They work like they want to work, and it's cool. I ain't hating on them. You know, I don't have no complaint because I work like I feel like I want to. It's a win-win. Ashley win, I win. You know, I get to maneuver like I want to. You know, subconsciously anyway, I think I do. I'm happy with it. So again, it's less stressful when you're a company driver. But you know, again, you're starting from dreaming and from going on, okay, and not pursuing your goals. Cons is that you're not able to pursue your goals and your dreams because you know your dreams because you become too stressful when you when you actually, and I said that wrong then. Pause. I can't pause it. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. Learn how the business operates. Now, again, pros, while you're a company driver, you should be trying to learn how this company operates. Because the chances are, if you plan on having your own business, you need to learn how they operate, because you're going to probably have to operate in the similar way. Learn, you know, I'm not saying you got, you know, steal their accounts, but learn how they dispatch. Learn how they go and get the accounts. Learn how to service the accounts, okay? Learn how to pre-plan and learn how to communicate well and effectively, verbal and written. Communication is key. If you can't communicate well, you're not going to do well, because people can't go read your mind, and they need you to, you know, say what you mean and mean what you say. So again, as a company driver, you know, you need the pros that you can learn how the business works. Just pay attention. Again, that's where the thinking come in. But you know, because you don't do no real thinking, you don't even think about why you with this company, learn how it works. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna give you a little peep into my next video on how you can be a lease purchase owner operator, build your business credit, and operate a full-blown business while you are lease purchase until you get your own authority. And I'm gonna tell you, if you do that for 3 years as a lease purchase, then when you get ready to get your own authority, you got that 3 years of history of owning your own business. You can even get your DOT number and everything. You get your EIN number. You can get your LLC. You can get your credit line built up. You operate a full-blown business while you are a lease owner operator. Bam. And then when you get ready to go full force as an independent contractor, you got history now. You done prove to them that you've been managing a business for 3 years, because you're going to have some profit and loss statement. You keep up with all your receipts. See, I done went from the company driver to lease purchase owner operator. Let me get back over here in this company driver. So now let's move on down to some more pros and cons for my computer shut off. Doggone it. Mess around with y'all. All right. What's the next one? All right, the pros of that is you got job security. Yeah, job security. That's the pros of a company driver. You know, you don't have to worry about it. You know, I know pretty much if you show up for work and do your job, you're gonna have some job security. They're gonna keep you busy. Okay, but then at the same time, there's less flexibility. I mean, you know, hey, they have their way of doing it. Ashley got their way of doing it. Walmart has their way of doing it. Ruan got their way of doing it. Prime got their way of doing it. Just like McDonald's and Burger King got their way of doing it. And you got to do it their way. You can't go in there and try to do it your way. You could do it your way when you get your own independent authority. You can do it your way then. But even then, you still gonna have other bosses because you're gonna have the customers gonna be your boss. So again, that's job security, but the cons of it that you have less flexibility. Another pro is a steady paycheck. Now, as a company driver, you know you got a steady paycheck come in. You go to work, you get paid, right? That's the whole point of you going to work. Now, as an owner operator or as an independent contractor, you don't go to work, you don't get paid. Period. I mean, and you still got those expenses. See, as a company driver, you don't go to work, you still got bills at home, but you ain't got no big old truck payment. You don't have the insurance on the truck. You don't have to pay for that tire account, that fuel account, and all them other accounts that you got that's associated with you operating a transportation business. So, therefore, you will have less. You will have a steady paycheck, but at the same time, you have a less control over the equipment as well. So you don't get to pick and choose the truck you drive. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But this truck was assigned to me, and then I drive it until they assign me another truck. I couldn't go there and say, I want that. I probably could have. Say, I want that freight line over there. But that's just, again, you have less control over the equipment. You don't get to pick and choose everything that you do as a company driver. So you got a steady paycheck, but with that steady paycheck, that means you have to do and go where they want you to go, not where you want to go. But there's some leeway in there, don't get me wrong. Okay, pros is that insurance and retirement benefits. Now, as a company driver, you get the right to apply for the benefits as a company. Insurance is pretty good, it's pretty decent. 80/20. We get to go to the wellness center for free. My family go for free. That's a plus. They got good vision and dental, life insurance, retirement again. So that's part of being a company driver. Now, as an owner operator, as an independent, you on your own. That just is what it is. You are on your own. But again, I'm just trying to stay away from the independent because I'm talking about the pros and cons of a company driver. I keep jumping over there in the owner operator thing. Let me get back over here. I keep getting out of my lane. I got to stay in my lane. The pros and cons of a company driver, not a company driver versus a owner operator or lease purchase. So I kind of like meshing them together. Y'all forgive me. So again, you get paid medical leave as a company driver. And the cons of it is that you get work-related tax deductions. You have to follow every rule and guideline. That means that as a company driver, you don't get to claim certain deductions as a company driver, like you would if you were on operator. So those are the cons of a company driver, that you can't claim a lot of stuff on your taxes. You got less control over the equipment, less flexibility, and you have to follow the rules and guidelines. Yep, you don't make the rules, baby. You got to follow. And when you get your own company, you make your own rules, you have your own guidelines, but all of those are going to be based upon the federal guidelines that's already in place anyway. So again, those are just some of the pros and cons of a company driver that I told you all I was going to, just share with you all. Just something for us to talk about, think about. And again, if y'all have any comments, any questions, if I said something that was not accurate, you could correct me in the comments. I'd be more than happy to take your constructive criticism. But I'm going to go over and I'm going to recap it one more time. Pros, no liability for the operation of the business. You're not responsible for the taxes, fuel, the maintenance, the payroll. Pros, you get a W-2. And another one, you get the retirement 401k. Cons, you have no authority. Earning income is limited. All decisions are made for you, and promotions are limited. Another pro, it requires no real thinking. So as a company driver, you really ain't got to do too much thinking. You just drive the truck. Less stressful. You ain't worried about how that truck gonna operate. I mean, you are worried about it, but if it breaks down, you don't really have to be stressed out about it. You just make one call, chill out until they get there. Okay, pros is opportunity to move into. You do have an opportunity to move into the administration and learn how the business operates as a company driver. A con is your creative side can be stunned and stop you from dreaming. because you're not pursuing your goals and your dreams cause you to become stressful. Now, because you're not, pursuing what you dream, your goals and your dreams, something that can be stressful because you're not living to your full potential. See, when you're not operating at what you can operate at your full potential, it does something to a man, okay? It really does. I don't know what, it's just something about it, you should be doing more. And you should be doing more. You can do more. And God has gifted you to do more, and you're not doing more, and you're not going to be happy till you do that more that what you're supposed to be doing, that more. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that, doing that, getting there. Thank you. So anyway, let's talk about a few more real quick. Pros, job security. As a company driver, you get some job security, steady paycheck, insurance and retirement benefits. You get schedules. The schedule's gonna be stable. You get paid medical leave. Again, the cons is less flexibility, less control over the equipment. You have to follow every rule and guideline, and work-related tax deductions you don't get. So those are just some of the pros and cons as a company driver. I'm not necessarily speaking as a company driver at Ashley, but it's going to pretty much be wherever you go. Okay. So again, I want you guys to like, subscribe if you like the channel, if you like what I'm just doing. Again, this is just some information that is pretty much already out there. I'm just kind of like, playing around with it, just trying to, put some things together. And again, the next one I'm going to do is going to be on, you got it, lease purchase owner operator, baby. I'm going to tell you, there's some good nuggets going to come with that, because you can start building your business credit right there. You get that LLC, get that EIN number, go set up your bank account, go down to your local and get your business license, and boom, you legitimately operate. And you, guess what? You get your insurance and everything through the company you work with. Oh, I better calm down. I'm about to jump out in there. So until next time, y'all be blessed. And as they would say, keep the chrome down and the rub up and stay between the mayonnaise and the mustard. I am out.